Thinking of exploring Europe but not sure where to begin, you're in exactly the right place. In this guide, we'll take you on a journey through some of Europe's most extraordinary natural wonders, from dramatic coastlines and towering mountains to waterfalls, lakes, and landscapes shaped over millions of years. We'll start in the far west and slowly make our way east across this incredibly diverse continent where nature is every bit as iconic as its history. Along the way, you may spot places you visited or discover others you think deserve a place on the list. We'd love to hear your personal favorites because Europe's natural beauty is vast, unforgettable, and always worth exploring. We begin at the edge of Europe in Iceland, where the land feels freshly formed. The Blue Lagoon sits in a field of black volcanic rock, its milky blue waters warm deep underground by geothermal heat. Steam rises constantly, blurring the line between earth, water, and sky. Rich in minerals like silica and sulfur, the lagoon has been shaped entirely by nature, even if humans later refined it. Surrounded by lava fields and endless horizons, this is a place where you don't just visit nature, you float inside it. Not far from the Blue Lagoon lies Gullfoss, one of Europe's most powerful waterfalls. Here, a wide glacial river suddenly drops in two dramatic stages into a rugged canyon below. On sunny days, mist rises and rainbows appear almost effortlessly. In winter, ice frames the falls, making the scene even more dramatic. Gullfoss isn't just beautiful, it's loud, raw, and overwhelming. Standing near the edge, you feel the sheer force of nature, a reminder of how small we are in landscapes like this. Our final stop in Iceland, we arrive at Jökulsárlón, a glacial lagoon unlike anywhere else in Europe. Massive icebergs break away from a nearby glacier and drift slowly across the water, glowing white and blue. Some are as old as 1,000 years. Seals swim between the ice, and silence dominates the scene. Just beyond the lagoon, chunks of ice wash up on a black sand beach, sparkling like diamonds. This is a place where time feels suspended, quiet, cold, and unforgettable. If you enjoyed our first 3 picks, we're only getting started. The best are yet to come. Before we move on to the next, make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with best places to visit around the world. Leaving Iceland behind, we arrive in Portugal's Douro Valley, where nature and human craftsmanship blend seamlessly. The river cuts deep through rolling hills, lined with terraced vineyards that follow every curve of the landscape. These slopes have been shaped over centuries, yet the valley still feels wild and expansive. Olive trees, stone villages, and winding roads add to the sense of timelessness. From above, the Douro looks like a living ribbon, flowing toward the Atlantic, calm and sunlit, offering one of Europe's most peaceful natural scenes. On Northern Ireland's rugged coast, the Giant's Causeway looks almost unreal. Thousands of hexagonal basalt columns stretch from the cliffs into the sea, formed by volcanic activity millions of years ago. The stones fit together so perfectly they seem man-made, inspiring legends of giants striding across the water. Waves crash against the rocks, and the Atlantic wind is ever present. It's a place where geology tells a dramatic story and where myth and science coexist, making this one of Europe's most distinctive coastal landscapes. Continuing east, England's Jurassic coast reveals nearly 200 million years of Earth's history. Dramatic cliffs rise above the sea, layered with visible time itself. Natural arches, hidden coves, and fossil-rich beaches make this coastline constantly changing. Erosion is not a threat here, it's the main attraction. Each storm reshapes the land slightly, uncovering something new. Walking along these cliffs, you're tracing ancient shorelines and vanished worlds, reminded that nature is always in motion, even when it appears calm. Far to the north, Norway's fjords carve deep into the coastline, filled with dark, calm water. Sheer cliffs rise straight from the sea, topped with snow or waterfalls depending on the season. Villages sit quietly at the water's edge, dwarfed by the surrounding landscape. The scale here is immense, and the atmosphere often moody and still. Fjords are nature at its most monumental, slow, heavy, and deeply powerful. Moving down to southern France, the Verdun Gorge cuts deep into the limestone landscape, forming one of Europe's most spectacular canyons. Turquoise water flows far below towering cliffs. some rising over 700 meters. From above, the views are dizzying. From below, the gorge feels vast and enclosed. Eagles circle overhead, and the silence is broken only by wind and water. Whether seen from a scenic road or explored by kayak, the Verdun Gorge showcases nature at its most dramatic and precise. Nestled between mountains, Lake Annecy is often called Europe's cleanest lake. Its crystal clear waters reflect surrounding peaks, changing color with the light. Gentle hills roll down to the shoreline, dotted with forests and quiet villages. Unlike more dramatic landscapes, Annecy's beauty is subtle and calming. The air feels fresh, the water impossibly pure. This is a place that invites slow travel, cycling the shore, watching the clouds move, and appreciating how peaceful nature can feel when perfectly balanced. Onto the Swiss Alps that rise sharply from green valleys into jagged, snow-covered peaks. Among them, the Matterhorn stands as one of the most recognizable mountains on Earth. Its near-perfect pyramid shape dominates the skyline, especially at sunrise and sunset. Glaciers, alpine meadows, and high mountain passes surround it, forming a landscape that feels almost too perfect to be real. Every direction offers another postcard view. This is high-altitude Europe at its finest. Majestic, clean, and endlessly inspiring. Hidden within the Alps, the Lauterbrunnen Valley feels like a natural sanctuary. Steep cliffs rise straight from the valley floor, carved by glaciers long ago. More than 70 waterfalls tumble down the rock faces, some free-falling from extraordinary heights. Clouds drift slowly through the valley, softening the landscape. It's quiet here, peaceful, and almost otherworldly. Lauterbrunnen doesn't overwhelm with scale. It enchants through harmony, where water, rock, and grass exist in perfect balance. Further east, and into Germany, Saxon Switzerland surprises with its towering sandstone formations. Sharp rock pillars rise above forests and rivers, forming one of Europe's most unusual mountain landscapes. Narrow paths wind between cliffs, opening suddenly to sweeping views across the Elbe Valley. The rocks feel sculpted rather than broken, shaped patiently by wind and water. Mist often settles in the valleys, adding atmosphere and mystery. It's a place that feels hidden and cinematic, rewarding those who explore it slowly. Near Germany's Alpine border lies Berchtesgaden National Park, a pristine mountain wilderness. Steep peaks surround emerald lakes, including the famous Königssee, whose still waters reflect the cliffs like a mirror. Forests climb the slopes, giving way to bare rock higher up. Everything here feels protected and untouched. Sounds are muted, the air is cool, and nature dominates every view. Berchtesgaden offers a sense of order and purity, where landscapes feel carefully preserved, yet completely wild. Onto Austria, the Krimmel waterfalls thunder down a mountainside in 3 dramatic stages. With a total drop of over 380 meters, they are among the highest in Europe. The sound is constant, powerful, and energizing. Mist fills the air, cooling everything around it. As you climb alongside the falls, each level offers a new perspective, a new rhythm. This is nature in motion, loud, alive, and impossible to ignore. Now we head down into Italy with 4 amazing natural wonders. In northern Italy, the Dolomites rise sharply from green valleys, their pale limestone peaks glowing at sunrise and sunset. The mountains feel sculptural, almost architectural, with vertical faces and dramatic spires. Meadows, forests, and alpine lakes soften the scene below. Light plays a huge role here, transforming the landscape hour by hour. The Dolomites combine beauty and drama effortlessly, offering some of the most striking mountain scenery in all of Europe. Lake Como winds through steep hills at the foot of the Alps, its deep blue waters forming elegant curves. Mountains rise directly from the shoreline, creating a dramatic contrast between water and rock. Villages cling to the slopes, but nature remains dominant. The lake feels calm, reflective, and timeless. Morning mist, soft light, and still water give Como a cinematic quality. It's a place where natural beauty feels refined rather than wild, yet no less powerful. Rising straight from the deep blue waters off the island of Capri, the Faraglioni are among Italy's most striking coastal landmarks. These towering limestone sea stacks have been shaped over millions of years by wind and waves, standing as silent guardians of the Mediterranean. Boats glide slowly between them, revealing arches, caves, and sheer rock faces glowing in the sunlight. Despite their size, the Faraglioni feel elegant rather than imposing. From the cliffs above or the water below, this is a place where land and sea meet in perfect harmony, capturing the timeless beauty of Italy's southern coast. Further south, the Amalfi Coast drops steeply into the Mediterranean. Cliffs plunge directly into deep blue water, broken by hidden coves and narrow beaches. Mountains rise just inland, creating a constant sense of vertical drama. The coastline curves endlessly, revealing new views with every turn. Waves sparkle below, and the land feels alive with movement and color. This is one of Europe's most visually striking coastlines, where land and sea meet in perfect tension. Now, a hidden trove, we head to Slovenia. Starting with Triglav National Park is the wild heart of the country, named after the country's highest mountain. Here, sharp alpine peaks rise above emerald rivers, deep valleys, and crystal clear lakes. Forests blanket the lower slopes, giving way to rocky ridgelines and high mountain pastures. Water plays a constant role. Waterfalls tumble through narrow gorges, while the Socha River glows an almost unreal shade of turquoise. Unlike busier alpine regions, Triglav feels quiet and untouched. It's a landscape that rewards slow exploration, offering a true sense of space, balance, and natural purity. In Slovenia, Lake Bled feels almost storybook perfect. A small island sits at its center, topped with a church, while a medieval castle overlooks the water from above. Forested hills surround the lake, reflected perfectly on calm days. The scene feels peaceful, intimate, and carefully balanced. Unlike larger alpine lakes, Bled's charm lies in its scale. Everything feels close, quiet, and gently beautiful, inviting slow appreciation rather than awe. Now down to Croatia. Plitvice Lakes National Park unfolds as a chain of turquoise lakes linked by countless waterfalls. Wooden walkways guide you across the water, sometimes just inches above flowing streams. The color of the lakes shifts constantly from emerald to deep blue, depending on light and minerals. Forests surround the water, giving the entire park a feeling of enclosure and calm. This is one of Europe's most fluid landscapes, always moving, always changing, yet perfectly harmonious. We have 5 more incredible natural wonders still to visit. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to find out about the best places to visit around the world. Above the Arctic Circle to Thew, northern tip of Norway, the Lofoten Islands combine sharp mountains, white beaches, and open ocean. Peaks rise straight from the sea, while fishing villages cling to narrow strips of land. Light changes constantly here, especially in summer and winter extremes. Despite the harsh climate, the islands feel vibrant and alive. Lofoten shows how dramatic and beautiful nature can be even at the edge of human habitation. In central Greece, Meteor rises suddenly from the plains as towering rock pillars. Formed by erosion over millions of years, these stone columns feel surreal and otherworldly. Clouds often drift between them, enhancing the sense of scale. From the top, views stretch endlessly across the surrounding countryside. Nature alone would make Meteor extraordinary, but its dramatic forms already feel like a natural monument. Powerful, isolated, and visually unforgettable. On the island of Crete, the Samaria Gorge cuts deep through rugged mountains, forming one of Europe's longest canyons. Steep rock walls close in as you move through the gorge, sometimes narrowing to just a few meters wide. The terrain is dry, dramatic, and raw. Wild goats climb the cliffs above, and the silence is broken only by footsteps and wind. This is southern Europe at its wildest, sun-scorched, rugged, and intense. We end in the far north. Beneath the Arctic sky, the northern lights ripple and dance across the darkness, shifting in color and shape without warning. Green, purple, and pink waves move silently overhead, driven by solar energy far beyond Earth. There is no landscape without them. They transform everything beneath. Mountains, snow, and forest become secondary. This is not just a natural wonder, but a phenomenon fleeting, unpredictable, and unforgettable. So, which place are you visiting first?